So I'm Lauren and I live here in Allan Street with my husband Scott and our two kids, Claudia and Reese. We first bought the house in 2011, so we've been in here now for 8 and a bit years. The house itself was a bit of a 50s nightmare. Yep. So it was previously owned by an older lady who'd lived here for 55 years, and I don't think she'd really touched it since the 50s. And we just loved the location. We'd always planned to stay in this area, so we thought we'd rather, renovate and have something that we wanted and more functional, I guess, for modern life rather than, the 1950s.
What do you feel like were your main priorities with the renovation?
In the floor plan as it was, the kitchen was really separated from the rest of the living areas, and so the kitchen was a big priority for us. I know for Scott, he would say making sure it was very light, and I think absolutely we got there in the end. Particularly the back part is amazing and light. Having that connection to the outdoors was really important, and I feel like you guys nailed it. We weren't keen on massive spaces that have dead space. We wanted everything to be functional and area that you live in, because I think, I don't know, you see it in bigger houses, probably more in the suburbs, where you have a really huge house, but it doesn't encourage cohesiveness and being together. We did look at having 2 levels, partly for cost as well, but also it felt it would be a bit disconnected to have, the parents upstairs and the kids downstairs, particularly when they're little. We might change our minds when they become teenagers.
I remember as well Alex doing a lot of studies of the orientation and the overhang to make sure you had enough shade and coverage, so the priority being light but the glazing being covered enough that it doesn't get too hot.
Yeah, and we find that in summer it's not too bad in that back room. That's usually the only place we have to put the air conditioner on. It's only on the really hot days. Usually on a 28 degree day it's fine. When it gets up to 40 it's a bit different. But also in winter it seems to warm up really well. The floor's heated as well. And that's the only heating we use in winter as well, so we don't have to use any of the split systems or anything. So when the sun comes through in winter, it's really lovely.
At Gardner Architects, we really like to have our clients feel like they're a part of the process and that you learn things through that.
Yeah, we made a decision early on that we would use you guys as the project managers because we didn't have enough time or enough expertise to be involved in that, and we found it was really valuable to come to the site meetings and hear the discussions that went on and appreciate that we had no idea about most of the questions that were being asked and answered. It was, it was really informative. It felt nice to be involved, and we always look forward to being part of those. But we also appreciated that we weren't the ones having to make difficult decisions about things we didn't understand or have expertise in. It's funny, now we're often asked about what we learnt through the process, and I would say it was the best decision we made was to keep Gardner on throughout the whole process, because you have an interest in seeing the project through to be the best it can possibly be, and we felt like that was it was a really valuable thing that we did, and we appreciated having you as part of it.
I think even like stepping in today, it was so nice to see, the house is so lived in, but the fittings and selections just feel really durable, and like they've, worn well, and seeing all the different spaces and how they're used and the versatility of the spaces as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Having had 12 months off on maternity leave being here, the laundry is my favourite room, I think, which I never thought I'd say that, but it works really well, and it's just been a really functional, great space, and I've appreciated it nearly every day that we've been here. It works so well. And the kitchen's top notch. We love it. Yeah.
It's interesting as well, like the location of the washing machine, because it's really, our job to be as logical and considered about how you use the space as much as possible. But it's also usually those ergonomic, like human scale things that clients will pick up on. And do you have panels on the roof?
Yes, they're amazing. Yeah, they make a huge difference. The electricity bill is next to nothing. I think it's $30 a month or something ridiculously small for 4 people. We kind of trusted you guys a lot as well. We went into it saying, well, we'll see if we give you enough creative space to do what you do, then we can say we like it or we don't like it. We also said, well, an architect is designing it and we want it to look like that. We wanted to use your expertise and take a few risks and just enjoy it.